Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now today is FA Cup weekend and as a result I'm in buoyant mood. I love the FA Cup and I feel like I'm in quite a privileged position. I get to talk to and interact with loads of different Chelsea fans and it's a beautiful thing. I could not love doing that anymore. As a result of this interaction, I sometimes get the vibe that some people aren't as in love with the FA Cup as I am. I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you why I love the FA Cup so much. But what I'd love from you, please comment below, tell me why you do or you don't love it. I feel like the FA Cup may have lost a little bit of its shine of late, and I think it's a travesty. It's a wonderful competition. It's the oldest cup competition in the world, and I think it should be preserved. So yeah, comment below, tell me, do you love it like I do, or do you feel like it needs perhaps a bit of reinvention? Like I say, it's the oldest cup competition in the world. It's been going since 1872. A former winner is the old Etonians. That's how old it is. That's how much history is steeped in this competition, and that's why it's so magical to win it. Our history in this competition is fantastic as well. Dating back, from 1970 when we got that win in a huge game, and it was a game where we beat Leeds United, and actually sparked a rivalry. Chelsea fans still sing almost every game about our antipathy towards Leeds United. That all started with the FA Cup. We also have had some heartbreaking experiences. When I think back to 1994, the Manchester United game where we lost 4-0, I was very young at the time, but I can remember it like it was yesterday. I had blue hair and I was in tears. And that was a moment where I thought I would never see my team win a trophy. That all changed on the glorious day in 1997 when Roberto Di Matteo scored, at the time, the fastest FA Cup goal, the fastest FA Cup final goal that the competition had ever seen. It was probably one of my most brilliant experiences as a child. Di Matteo, that team was a glorious team. Ruud Gullit leading Chelsea out at Wembley. It was fantastic to play at the time, a Middlesbrough team, although they didn't have a very successful league campaign. They were quite an exciting team. Players like Juninho and Ravanelli. And Chelsea were competing in the FA Cup final against them when I was very young. And I went to the game, I went with my stepdad, and Chelsea won the game. And I think it was probably that day that a love affair with this competition was born. Talking more about the history, people always remember FA Cup winners. I'm sure that you guys can all remember the FA Cup finals down the years. Nobody can remember who finishes fourth in the league. It's irrelevant, aside from qualification to a trophy that is so difficult to win anyway. FA Cup finals are the stuff that dreams are made of. If we win it, if we win the FA Cup this year, we will move ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool, one of the most magnificent football clubs in this country, but actually in the world. If we win the FA Cup this year, we will have won more FA Cups than them. If we win it this year, we will draw level on FA Cups with Tottenham. Tottenham they see themselves at least as a great FA Cup team. We can draw level with their achievement there. This is a huge year for us in the FA Cup, and I just think that we should be so excited. This game that we all are in love with is about glory. It's about winning trophies. It's about putting trophies in the cabinet. This is an opportunity to do that, and I just think that we should really be focused on it. Another reason we should is because of Wembley. Going to Wembley in May it feels like the zenith of football. I've been to the Maracanã. I went to see a game during the World Cup there, and as much as I loved it didn't feel like it was steeped in history the way that Wembley is. I don't think that Wembley's a particularly good ground. I think they got the acoustics wrong, and I think it's quite soulless. But it's still Wembley Stadium. It's still the home of football, and it's still a place to go in the merry month of May. That is a wonderful time. And when you stroll down Wembley Way, about to watch your team play in the FA Cup final, you're about to go into that stadium, you're about to sing Abide With Me and our national anthem, there isn't quite a feeling like it. And I was so envious of Arsenal over the past 2 seasons because they've got to go there. It's important, it's imperative that we really do give this competition the value that it deserves. Hiddink loves it. He won it last time. It was a brilliant day. I think Luis Saha actually cancelled out Roberto Di Matteo's fastest goal that day. But going to Wembley in May is a fantastic experience, and I love everything that goes along with it. I love, those ridiculous suits that Liverpool wore in '96. I love some of the songs. You remember "No One Can Stop Us Now," our song from 1994. "Blue Day," I think it was our song from 1997. Everything that goes with the FA Cup is so magical, and I really do think that it should be preserved. I love cup upsets, aside from when they happen to Chelsea, playing Bradford or whoever. But it's so exciting. Do you remember when Ben Watson scored that goal against Manchester City for Wigan? That only happens in the FA Cup, that sort of thing. He guided his team that were relegated to Europe. That is why this competition is so exciting. You know, people start playing this competition a week after the competition ends. So it will end in May. A week later, teams start playing, trying to get into the third round to potentially draw Chelsea. So I really do love it. I'm going to finish with a quote from Mark Robins. I don't necessarily think Mark Robins is correct here. Mark Robins was the manager of Scunthorpe, the team who we beat in the previous round. But Mark Robins, he was asked what he thought of the FA Cup and why he thought that perhaps it had lost its sparkle. His response was, if you don't understand why the FA Cup is special, you don't understand football. Harsh. But I am inclined to agree with him. Like I say, I feel very lucky that I get to talk to you guys and interact with Chelsea fans of different perspectives. So please let me know, do you agree with that, or do you think that I've got it all wrong and the FA Cup is going the same way as the League Cup and becoming a meaningless trophy? I think you can tell from my enthusiasm about this competition. I disagree. I am buzzing for tomorrow. I've got these, and I cannot wait to get to MK Dons tomorrow to hopefully watch Chelsea win and take another step on the road to Wembley. Come on, you Blues.
Hello, welcome to the MK Dons Chelsea preview, part 1. I'm joined here in the studio by the wonderful Sophia. Say hello, Sophia.
Hello, everyone.